Welcome to This Day Live, the Sunday talk show where we examine all things political, local, and global in a fair and balanced and objective manner. I am Rueben Abati. My name is Rueben Abati, your host for This Day Live Sunday talk show. And with me today, I have an all-male cast, if I may say so. To my immediate left is Bashorun Dele Momodu, a former presidential candidate and a well-known journalist. Also here is a regular man, Olaleye, who is the deputy editor at This Day on Sunday. Gentlemen, you are welcome once again.
Good evening.
Now, we go straight to the first issue of the day. As usual, we look at what happened in the last week. And Wale, you usually give us the update. So, Wale, what has been happening in Nigeria the last 1 week?
Thank you, Dr. Abati. It's been yet another interesting week. And then, as expected, the return of the president back home gave a lot of boost to political activities in the country. So naturally, we had a few things, revolving around him. He started the week with his nationwide broadcast, which has become some kind of debate already. And then we were also treated to how rodents won't let the president report at his office. And then again, the president signed the extradition treaty with the UAE. He met political leaders of all the major parties, and then he also suspended FEC for last week because he wanted to receive reports of the probe of the HGF and the NIA boss. And then we had other things coming up. The Chief of Army Staff admitted that Boko Haram fight was not over yet, and I think that's an interesting topic to look at against the backdrop of technical defeats of the antisocial group. And then Olaleye accused the AGF of siding with Arewa youth against Kano and Namdi. And then Kano, we also learned in the week, gave conditions to stand down with agitation, if only restructuring will be given some progressive slant. And so generally, the week was loaded. Senator Issa Misau accused the IG of collecting bribe monthly from our companies just to deploy policemen to them and all that. So it was really, really an interesting week. The JAMB cut-off mark 2 was one major issue that dominated the talk. And then a lot, the APC leadership and the governors are likely to meet this new week. The indication came last week with the president on the turn of developments in their own party. And then the former Ogun State governor and a sitting senator from Ogun East, Senator Kashamu, also took to the ring too. The former governor accused the senator of masterminding an assassination against him. So it was just loaded.
If you look at all of this, it would seem, from the point of view of Nigerians and also outsiders, that perhaps the most important event of the week was the return of the president from England, and is getting back to work. That seems to have changed the momentum.
Certainly.
But last week we discussed his speech because everyone was looking forward to that speech by Monday morning, 7 a.m. And I'd asked you to tell me what your expectations would be. And I've seen that both of you, you've written on the issue. Bob Du wrote about it yesterday. I think you wrote on the same subject today, the many misses in the president's speech. So I know what your take is, but that may not necessarily be what the public thinks. Both of you seem to have rated the speech very low. But let me start with both of you.
Well, I had to force myself to wake up at 7 a.m. and I was looking forward to a kind of State of the Nation address, but it turned out to be an anticlimax. It was very short on promise and very, very short on delivery. 7 minutes, I believe, at the very max. And for crying out loud, It was the usual, you are going to deal with this person, you are talking about the Biafra situation. We expected things. One, I thought he would apologize to Nigerians that, look, due to no fault of mine, I was forced to be abroad longer than necessary. I expected that.
Did he have to apologize for being ill? I thought one of the issues is that sickness is not a crime.
When I say apology just means that people have been complaining. A lot of people were agitating that, look, you cannot go away indefinitely. In fact, that's why some people called for his resignation. There is nothing wrong in coming to say, oh, I'm sorry.
Insensitive.
Just try to calm the frayed nerves. I am sorry I was abroad. I'm sorry I was very sick. This is what is wrong. Because there were too many speculations. There were people who said he was brain dead. There were people who even said he was dead, that they were lying to the nation. So I expected that he would deal with that. Then move to the issue of how do we get the economy moving? Because the biggest task ahead of this government is how to push our economy up. Things have been rather slow. People are suffering. A lot of people have lost their jobs. More jobs are going to be lost. So you have to give us hope. Leadership must always give hope to the people. And that, I think, was missing in that speech.
Wale, I can see you nodding. Looks like both of you are on the same page on this matter.
Absolutely, yes. I was going to look at it from two angles, what was said and what wasn't said. What was said in terms of not meeting up to expectations, and what wasn't said in terms of disappointing expectations. Like Bob D said, he's practically taking on all my points. I was looking forward to a president who would show in terms of disposition that the last 103 or 104 days he's been able to look at things more critically, from afar, and could see so many things, far better than he had seen them or he was seeing them, and then, give hope in that light. That speech, no less, was supposed to be a State of the Nation's address, but it fell short completely. And then I want to stand strongly against the president, saying our unity was settled and non-negotiable. I don't think that was proper. I think it is a desire of every Nigerian leader to maintain the unity, but you work towards it. You're not going to slam it on us as if we sat down somewhere and agree on that. And then pushing the issue of restructuring to the National Assembly and the Council of State, I also would think is sort of defective for me. He didn't handle that. He has clearly shown his hands that restructuring is not his way. So by and large...
Maybe you hold it there. We take a short break and then we come back. Okay. Because there is another perspective to this matter. I've had some people say, look, that was the way he should have spoken.
Yes, I heard so.
Yeah. And that, he came back, he presented himself as a strong man, he issued very strong words, and he used really very strong words as a way of, tightening the situation and reminding everybody that the strong man is back. And this government will not condone any nonsense. But we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back to look at that perspective.